Hello, trading has closed on April 16th, 2018. We had a target that ultimately 2669.34 would print. Here it printed, and that was a support area. We said the commonest thing would be a gap and a prompt move outside of Friday's range. We got the gap, but the move outside of the range wasn't prompt. And we came nowhere near closing little changed, which is the next most common thing. So we didn't get either of the two most common things. But there's no rule you have to get them. They just are the commonest things. During the day, MEJT said ultimately lower prices would print. Said this drop was too soon. This rally was too soon. This drop is too soon. Gives us a target of 2684.35. That's my call, but as always, if we gap down sharply, it's most likely out of reach. Here's final break above this line. I can't say I'm very impressed by it, and don't forget this line's a resistance area, and usually one bar above the line is all you get before you pull back. We have now made gaps up 3 days straight, and each time the market sold off after the gap. The implication is the public is anxious to buy, and the professionals who are trading at the end of the day aren't of the same opinion. Usually 3 gaps up is all you get, but I think we could get one tomorrow because we have mixed signals. We have a higher target. We also have, which is positive. We also have a gap up, higher highs, and couldn't hold on to any of them. We couldn't even hold on to yesterday's highs, and that's negative. So when you have conflicting signals, commonest thing is you gap and promptly move outside the day's range. Next most common is you close little changed. This was this trend line we showed. I guess you could say that's a break above it, but I don't think it's enough to make me change my mind. It's strong resistance. We also have resistance from the TDST line. We have a pattern where the market gaps up and can't hold it. You connect this line with this line, you get today's high. And what I think is going on is we have one and we have AB, and we're waiting for wave C. I don't think it's big enough for wave C. It could be, but I think it's more likely A of C. This whole thing is overlapping, has to retrace at some time. You can count it as ABC, which might be the proper count. You can also count it as ABCDE. In any event, you could justify dropping immediately. I could even justify going slightly higher than this, but I think we're coming to the end of the road as far as this rally is concerned. Based on somebody else's work, it wouldn't surprise me if we gapped up, went slightly over this high, and then reversed, but it certainly isn't the only possibility. Officially, the call is 2684.35. If we gap down sharply, it's most likely out of range, but I think there's strong resistance here, and unless there's a real sharp gap up, I think any gap up will either go over this high slightly or not at all, and I think that there probably isn't a lot left in this rally unless the early trade changes my mind, and that's today's call.